Hi YouTube. I thought I'd talk about a boarding school I used to go to back when I was about 9 years old. It was a Croydon Hall School. It was in Somerset near Minehead. It was a really great school. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was a headmaster called Mr. Brewer. I remember him very fondly. He used to, because I was into Doctor Who, sci-fi stuff like that, even way back then. He used to do the a Dalek with his pipe, and yeah, so I really do remember him quite well. A very kind man. It was very sad that he passed away in the early 90s. Other memories of that place is a man named Richard. He introduced me to role playing and Dungeons and Dragons. It probably was first at Dungeons and Dragons I played because it was in '84 when I first discovered and role playing. And I don't remember a lot. I remember a donkey that disappeared down a trap door and us going hungry, and one of the players going berserk and we had to hold him down. So that was my first taste in the 80s, and I didn't get to play again not until the very early 90s. But yeah, I do remember Richard. He used to do the Judge Dredd cartoons as well. So he did Judge Dredd for the local paper in Somerset or somewhere. I can't remember. But yeah, so I do remember him doing a few of those cartoons and other cartoons, a little reward scheme for the kids as well, for good behaviour and things like that. He used to he did badges, because I moved on to another dormitory like that uh, then, but he did badges for the next lot that was in the dorms, and they looked really cool, really good. He also created his own little war game that he tested up on us. So yeah, I got a lot of memories with him. The school grounds was just awesome. Used to make log cabins, and that was really enjoyable. Building your own little log cabin, and with a few others, or by yourself. They kept it up for a little while and then smashed it down for other people to build something. Never enough logs. That was the only thing. Never enough logs. Because I really wanted to make one as big as possible. But it didn't quite work out like that. But never mind. Um, yeah, I remember Mrs. Bunny, Mrs. Bunting, dear old lady. Remember her quite fondly. Um, yes, yeah. Trying to remember other things off the top of my head. So sorry if this is quite rough. Um, Overall, it was, as I said, it was a really great school, and I've got a lot of really fond memories. Even had its own pool, and I started to learn to swim there. You see, when I went there, I couldn't read or write at all. My writing was massive. By the time I left there, my reading was pretty good, and my writing improved enormously. So I got them to thank for for that. Other staff members I remember is Frank Loft, Chris, oh, Carol as well. It's only first names a lot of these. Um, Debbie used to teach me, and she was in a relationship with Richard. So I got a few really happy memories about that. So let me see what else is there. Yeah, yeah, the place also, weekends as well. Used to stay there on the odd weekends. We did all sorts from I think they had go karting out there, badminton, played badminton, all sorts of things. I think well, towards the end of me leaving, there was a tree house being built. I never seen that actually being finished, which was a shame. But never mind. They had a small little woods there as well, so used to play in them. And that really great gardens that Mr. Brewer looked after. So yeah, um, we had a few day trips as well at Goblin Coombe, camping. I remember that very fondly. I remember Richard telling a story and can't remember much about it. Hardly anything off the top of my head, but he used to tell some good stories. Uh, Also, a special mention would go to Alex as well on the guitar. He told some really great stories. So yeah, and he always put it up his thumbs when he seen me. So I remember him quite well. Yeah, sorry if this is rough. It really is trying to do it off the top of my head, which ain't always easy. But I think with this, I thought it was the best thing to do. Um, yeah, no, the place has become a spiritual retreat actually. It shut down in '96, which was really sad it did because it was such a wonderful school. But I feel once Mr. Brewer died, I reckon it wasn't going to be long before the school shut down because he was the spirit of the school. He was such a good man. He used to award people with matchbox cars for good behaviour and stuff. And yeah, yeah, so Mr. Brewer was a really good man. So it was ever so sad when I first heard in about mid '90s actually. I heard that he passed on. Pupil wise, I do remember Nick Hamilton. I do remember him pretty well. And I do remember Sarah Walker. That's because she was my first girlfriend. So that was quite brief, but still, I was ever so young back then. Um, Michelle Concliffe. I think I got the name right. I do have some memories for. There's a lot of memories have faded over time. So yeah, I do remember. I do have some memories. Other people that I remember. Oh dear, I can't remember hardly anyone else off the top of my head. Mandy. I do have some memories of someone named Mandy, which is one of my Facebook friends. Also, so yes, I do have memories. Other people, um, I can't think of at the moment because it's hard to remember because this is 26 years back. It's surprising how long ago it was. 26 years is a long time. So yeah, I really did enjoy the place. I'm just thankful for the place because of what it did for me as well. I mean, I came out of that school much better than when I entered. Because when I was a very young child, also I used to suffer from epileptic fits from about age 4.5 to about 9, and I missed a fair bit of schooling to do with that. And I think that's the reason why my spelling and everything was so bad. Also, I think that also left me with a bad confidence problem that lasted until in my mid 20s. So for me to even do a vid like this, talking like this, it surprises myself actually. So yeah, um, I thought I'd mention that. That school helped me out a hell of a lot. Yeah, um, ring a little drawing room. So I'd like to thank all the staff and the people that were there, really, for some great memories and some great times. I also remember horse riding um, on a horse, and I remember the actual name of the horse, Dobbin or something like that. So yeah, also remember Carol with her Labradors as well. Her Labrador dogs going out for walks in the woods and playing hide and seek. And we ended up so deep in the woods, we had to get an older person to come and get us because we went too deep in the woods and hid. So next time they did the hide and seek thing, it was very close by. Um, yeah. Anything else I can remember off the top of my head? I am trying. Nothing off the top of my head. No, I just thought I'll share some of my memories, what I can remember about the place. Sorry if this was a little bit rough, and I ran dry a little bit, but it's trying to recall memories from a long time ago. Yeah. Mm. Also, to do with Richard as well, because he was. I wish I could contact him again to thank him. Because he introduced me into Fighting Fantasy game books as well, which I still enjoy now and then. I don't play him nowhere near what I did back then. I think my interest had faded in my early 20s. I'm playing them now and then, and I'm still collecting them. I can't help but collect them. I've been collecting since I was 10, so I'm 37 now. I ain't gonna just stop all of a sudden. The last little thing just wanted to mention is while I was there, there was a minibus crash. There was some wasps that got into the van, the minivan. There was a car, I think a red car halfway out. I was in the front seat. I didn't have a seatbelt on, but I was sitting by a teacher, and she held me and saved my life. So I want to thank her for that. I really do thank her. I never ever got the chance to thank her. I was ever so young, so I was thinking her name was Christine or something like that. I can't remember the name, but I really want to just. She'll never see this. I don't know what happened to this woman, but I'd like to thank her for that. And this is my longest vid, actually. That's it, really. Sorry if I can't remember anything else at the moment, but if I remember any other bits or anything of interest, I may just put it on here. Yeah, just sorry this is really amateurish, but I just felt like doing this. So yeah, okay. Right. That's it, really. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can remember. Cheers.